Good morning, cool cats and kittens. I'm making this video as a walkthrough for the Perspective project. Um, so in this project, you can look at the slides, the end of the slides, I believe it's slide 14 on to see exactly what we're doing. But you can choose a building or a motor vehicle, and I want you to simply reproduce it in perspective. Perspective, of course, is your point of view, and you determine the type of perspective based on the sides that you are seeing. Okay, so in picking a source image for starters, if you don't see two sides to it, it's not a good picture. Okay, so you should be seeing at least two sides to a picture. So from there, we're going to do a whole sketchbook page, and I'm going to use this pretty neat building in Philadelphia called the Barnes. Okay, it's a newer building. It houses a world famous art collection by a man named Barnes. He was a doctor. And let's draw it out. So I'll show you drawing this out, of course, and then I'll show you how to clean it up a bit. And this won't take very long. So first, I really seriously recommend you have a straight edge. You can sketch a bit, but if you're going to do straight lines like I'm about to, you should probably have a straight edge. So why don't you start with something that you see very well. I see the front of this building very, very well. So I'm going to draw this first part. Okay. And some spots I'm just going to sketch. And this is a very modern building. So it doesn't have a lot of curves, it has a lot of straight lines. Makes it pretty simple for me. Okay. And again, I'm looking at it in perspective. That's a biggie. Okay. If you do not understand perspective so much yet, like if you really struggled with, or I feel that you struggled with, all of our practice, including the wrench, bridge, and arch, I think I'm going to leave some worksheets behind for you that you should probably dig into. So, this part of the structure is finished. The way you're looking at it, there's definitely going to be something going on right there. But the next big thing I see is this building, which is right here. Okay, and there's a bit of an angle because actually about there is where my horizon is going to be. So again, you still should consider those early on things. You can always look back at our stuff and check that out. So then it goes back in space. And I'll do some erasing in a little bit. Okay, so next I'm going to draw the ceiling. I'll use my straight edge here. Makes a huge difference if you could find something for a straight edge. I recommend a book. Sure you got a few of those. The edge of something straight. Okay. All right. There is evidence of a building right behind it. So what I'm seeing, there's some trees in the way. I'm just gonna imagine those aren't there. I'm gonna take this down. Take this down. And then let's see. This is gonna go inward a bit because the doors are probably like right in there. Okay. And then there's a building behind it, but you can't see it all. Okay. I can do some little details to this. I don't want you to go nuts, but okay, I can put in a few windows. That wouldn't kill me. Okay. And I'm using my straight edge. Now here's some shop talk about a project. Again, I want you to pick a famous building or a motor vehicle. That'll be important for the critique. Also, now that I've gotten to this point, I can start to clean up a little bit. So I did some sketchy stuff. It's time to get rid of the sketchy stuff and put in clean, straight lines. Now I'll show you one other thing you can do, okay, which might be harder to do on a cloudy day, but if the sun cooperates, so that's a much cleaner line there, okay. Um, so let's just do a little bit more here. Now you don't have to color this. I don't want anybody coloring it. I just want it to be nice and clean, okay? Because we're going to be all about color for the next couple projects, okay? So that line was not so pretty, and now it is, okay? This line's very not pretty. We'll just fix it up. And even though I didn't have to use all of the vanishing point and stuff, this is a 2-point perspective in some spots and a 1-point in others, which is why it's such an interesting looking structure. There we go. One other thing, whether you're doing a car or a place, I would like you to just set up a horizon, okay? So it looks grounded, so it doesn't look like it's floating, okay? I'm also just going to put this out in front, this sidewalk kind of. And I can fix that up later. Almost make it look like a coloring book page that hasn't been colored yet. That's the way I want you to think about it. All right, I'm going to put in a couple more windows and we're going to call this done. So again, this is the Barnes Museum, Barnes Foundation. Started by a very wealthy doctor who was an art collector who did not like to show off his collection. So when they built this museum, it was a huge deal because some of these pictures had not been seen in 100 years outside of this guy's house. So it was very exciting. I still haven't been there yet. I don't know what my deal is, but at least I have a built-in excuse with the pandemic. All right, so we got those windows in. I see some other things going on. Some easy stuff, okay, that. That's kind of funky, the limestone. They used ancient limestone. You can actually see some fossils in their facade. So it's really neat. It's really neat. Every piece of this place is a work of art. And then, of course, going the other way, you can just take those lines. See how they shrink? That's good. That helps. Like a little reggae music to get your day going. Put on music. Get in your zone. Okay. One other little thing, and then we're going to wrap this up, okay? So this is pretty straight ahead. Then because this is curved, again, you can join right there. Send that in and do that detail, and that'll make that look nice and 3D. So again, it's like a coloring book page. I've seen a lot of good ones so far, but I feel like some people were kind of twisting the winds there. So that is my quick demo. The plan is to give you all week for this, and then we're moving on to the next thing. So check out the worksheets I'm going to leave. Reach out to me for help if you feel like you need extra help. Definitely send in your reference photo because I don't want you to set yourself up for failure, okay? We are all going to get through this, okay? As long as we all give it the effort, all right? If you need me, you can always remind me, always at Drawing WHS. Okay? Have a great day.